How's everyone doing? Hope you're alright. It's Cody. I'm back again. I've tried to do this video 3 times now and it bloody keeps failing on me. Right, I'm going to do a video now on speaking about today, Gangland Hits. Within the gangland criminal underworld. Gangland hits have been happening since the history of time, with gangland and gangsters and all that sort of stuff. Probably back to the days of Bugsy Malone and Al Capone and all that sort of crazy stuff, up to modern day gangsters. They do happen. I mean, there was a gangland hit here in Manchester last year, where someone was a very respected, feared gangster was slain on a summer's evening. God bless him, may rest in peace. It goes on. It's going to keep happening. Money at the end of the world, right? At the end of the day, money talks, right? Now, I'll give you a scenario, right? These are hypothetical situations, right? The next phrase of what I'm saying is hypothetical, right? So the gangland world can be quite petty, right? Calling somebody a grass, even if they're not a grass, could get them shot dead. Disrespect is seen as a big thing as well. You can end up dead for disrespecting a gangster. It is quite petty. Name calling, mudslinging, and then it goes on to the higher level and stuff. Right, gangland hits do exist. They do go down. I'm aware of them. I've been spoken to them about them, and yeah. So what happens, right? So say person A has got a problem with person B, right? There's been a long running feud between a gangster and another gangster, or a crime family and another crime family, whatever, hypothetical situation, right? Person A has got a problem with person B, right? He could, within his group, have a hitman there ready to pull a trigger, but it's when you're too close to the fire, it's probably not advisable. You're emotionally involved and stuff like that, and you know that anyone around person A is going to be pulled in, and anyone around person A could be pulled in. So you go further afield. The criminal underworld is very, very well. It's cliquey, but everyone knows someone. People know people from areas and stuff, and that's how it works. I mean, just look at my picture. I've got people from Manchester down to obviously to London, and the South Coast as well. So it's better to go to a third party hitman. So the hitman's operating out of a different area, no connection to you at all, right? Like I say, this is a hypothetical situation. Person A gets hold of this hitman. This hitman travels up. They meet somewhere. They meet for a coffee. They sit down for a pint. They talk about the hit. The target obviously is person B. Person B is going about his business clueless, right? So when person A goes to meet this hitman, he's got a picture of the person. He's pulled off several pictures off social media of the person, his address, the car he drives, his registration, where he drinks, as much information as person A can tell the hitman. The more information the hitman has, the quicker the hit can go down, and the less he has to do the job. Because it's not just a case of pulling up outside someone's house, waiting, and then pulling a gun out and shooting the person dead. Not at all. You have to do surveillance, right? So what happens anyway is person A is explaining to the hitman, this is the person I want hitting. The hitman doesn't care why he wants him to be, why this person B has been targeted. He doesn't care. He wants the fucking money. Right, so what happens is the hitman and person A will sit down and they'll talk money, they'll talk figures. Right, now how it would work is the hitman would give a price to person A. Person A could say, it's a bit steep, that I don't really feel comfortable paying that. But again, money talks, and he wants this person B doing in. He wants him killing. So then person A can then can call back to the hitman and say, look, what about this figure? The hitman can say, no. So they meet in the middle. So a price is arranged, right? Now, how the price would work is they give him a price. You're talking tens of thousands of pounds up to 100,000, right? Now, the hitman would then say to the person A, right, if you're serious about this gangland hit and you seriously want it to go down, right, I want 50% of the money up front, right, and 50% 24 hours later after the hit's been done, right? So half up front, right, because this person this hitman's going to have to surveil this person. He's from out of the area, So he's got to either drive backwards and forwards every day, or he can get accommodation, but accommodation's too risky because there's CCTV and stuff. So you probably lay in the area where the person lives, because obviously if you're traveling backwards and forwards every day, right, from your area to where this person lives, there's ANPR cameras and stuff, and speed cameras and all this sort of stuff. So you don't want that problem. So anyway, so you've got to surveil this person. Now that could involve numerous things. It could be like watching things out on social media, because some people have their Facebook open and Twitter open and stuff. It could be putting a tracker on the car and following their everyday movements. So there's a lot that needs to be said. You don't just pull up outside someone's house, wait for them, and then shoot them dead. There's a lot more to it than that. You've got to have planning and preparation. No planning and preparation. We had a saying in the army: fail to prepare, prepare to fail. In other words, if you don't put the planning in, it's not going to come off, right? So you've got to plan. So this person's followed, the social media is being scanned and stuff like that. You're working, the hitman is working for person A. So whatever person A says, the hitman's going to do. Obviously, he's got bad intentions. He wants to kill this guy. He wants the money. He's got 50% up front. He knows that he's not going to fuck off with his 50%, because if he did, it wouldn't be worth his life, wouldn't be worth living, because again, this guy's going to have a reputation. The hitman's going to be respected within the world and stuff, and know that he's loyal and know that he's good at his job because he's been recommended by someone. So it could be days, it could be weeks, it could be months of surveilling this target, person B. Eventually, person B could be in a pub. They could be coming out of a pub. They could be in a shop in the middle of nowhere. They come out of the shop. Person walks up to them with a shooter, with a silencer, puts a couple of bullets in them. They then leave the area. It could be a pub. They come out of a pub drunk. They're staggering out. They're going to go to the kebab shop. They walk across this dark car park, get one in the back of the head, one in the spine, one in the chest. It goes on. Like I say, it's happened from the beginning of time. It's still happening today. And we live in Manchester, which is media labelled as Gunchester, so it just shows the problem we've got with firearms here in this great city. So yeah, these gangland hits, they do go down, and they're very, very popular. Like I say, so say this gangland hit goes down, person B is shot dead, he's laying there in a pool of his own blood, he's dead, he's gone. Right, so what happens then is the hitman would go away the next day, or in the next few days, well, probably the next day, because he knows that person A is going to be the prime suspect, so he knows that person A is going to be pulled in. The hitman goes to collect the money, the second part of the money, the other 50% of the agreed fee for the hit. Because like I said, the longer he leaves it, the chances are person A is going to be in a police cell, could be remanded, could be charged, questioned, whatever. The police are a law unto themselves, right? So the hitman's going to go and collect the rest of the money. The hitman then turns around and says to person A, right, job's done. Thank you for the money. You've never met me. I don't know you. Person A then drives away. They probably bought a little basher phone that's not registered. They've topped up via a voucher or something, so it's not traceable. Person A then, the hitman then gets rid of the phone. It's discarded. It's smashed into a million pieces. It's thrown into a river, thrown off a fucking cliff, wherever. Because the hitman does not want to be connected to person A, because again, he doesn't want to come in for any. He don't want to end up in prison. He's done what he was enforced to do. He was ordered. He was paid for the job. He went out. He carried out the gangland hit. He will go home and he will go to bed. He won't give it a second thought. And that's as simple as that. Like I say, gangland hits happen for many different reasons. There was a gangland hit a few years ago here in Salford, where two very well respected and feared lads were sat at a bar. Two hitmen walked in with the intention of shooting these two people dead. The hit went wrong. The two hitmen that were chased outside were overpowered and were shot dead with their own weapons. And there was pictures of them all over the papers. The two dead bodies lay there with a sheet over them, with their feet hanging out the bottom. The simple fact is money talks in the criminal underworld. It's a very paranoid, very dangerous world. A lot of the gangsters are very friendly, nice people that you do. Like I say, I've been involved in that. Like, let me give you guys a bit of a background. I was loyal to a gangster from Manchester. He's in prison now, God bless him. He's a really good guy. I was loyal to him for 5 years. I came out of prison, I turned my life around and I stepped away. I wish him the best. I was loyal to him for 5 years. Never, like, my loyalty was never called into question. And that's as simple as that. So, and then through being loyal to this person, I met other gangsters and stuff. I was on a gangster documentary. I'm not a gangster myself. I don't portray myself to be a gangster. I'm not a gangster. I'm nobody. But in the eyes of the police, I was a gangland enforcer for this person. With the fact that I'm a former soldier, I'm trained with firearms. I was doing the doors. I'm a big 6'3", 6'4", 20-stone guy. The police painted me out to be a gangland enforcer. Not a question, not a term I'd use. I was just loyal to the person. But the fact that I was trained with firearms and stuff, people seem to believe that, people seem to believe that them sort of skills are sought after in the criminal underworld. But yeah, it goes on, and it's going to continue to go on, and it's as simple as that, really. Paranoid world. If you call someone a grass, like in the criminal world, criminal underworld, you turn around and say to someone, "You're a grass," then that person can end up getting fucking shot dead just by calling them a name. They might not even be a grass, but you call them a grass, and that's how it can play out. It's happened before, not in Manchester, in other areas. So like I say, it goes on. You calling someone a grass in the criminal underworld is fucking hell. It's like going into society and calling somebody a paedophile. It's not going to end up well for that person, is it? But yeah, like I say, it's a very, very dangerous world. It's a very paranoid world. I met some brilliant, amazing people in my time. I partied with gangsters from London. Went out in Brighton with a gangster from London who was a former pro boxer. His dad was a gangland enforcer back in the 60s in London. He was a doorman. He was a former professional boxer, bare knuckle boxer, never lost a fight in the streets. And that's what he was doing. So like I say, and he was running around when the Richardsons and the Crays were about and stuff like that in the 60s. Now I'm friends with his son. His son's obviously now brought out, his son's now no longer involved in the game. He writes books and stuff. He's got a book out that was a bestseller. I partied with him out in Brighton. We partied at Platinum Lace, which is a lap dancing bar down there. Gorgeous girls. As soon as we walked in, he knew he had it under lock, he had it under manners, because the owner knew him and the managers knew him. As soon as we sat in the VIP bit, we was giving Grey Goose vodka, like it was just brought bottles and bottles over. I love Grey Goose vodka, it goes around like water, doesn't it? So he was on that, drinking the Hennessy and stuff, and then he went to, before that he went to prison. I stayed loyal to him and stuff. I pride myself on my loyalty, me. I've got a reputation for being loyal in the criminal underworld. Like I say, I'm no longer involved in it, but I was loyal, and loyalty, people speak, don't they? And the fact that I was so loyal, it got thrown about a bit, and people were like, "Oh, you know, this kid's loyal." And loyalty it's not always valued and respected in the criminal underworld. But those that don't value loyalty will never know the true cost of betrayal. Like I say, my loyalty was never up for question. It was never up for sale. Like I said, my loyalty, I went to prison on my loyalty. Things like that. It's just how it goes, isn't it? But yeah, like I say, gangland hits, they do happen. Every man's got his price. There's going to be more in the future, obviously, because they've been happening since the beginning of time, and people being slain and stuff. It's a horrible, horrific thing. You see it in the movies and stuff, but it happens in real life. Like I say, it's not, we don't live in a Disney film, do we? It's real life. It's a dog eat dog world. People got to do a bit of this and that to survive. Money talks. And like I say, if someone says, "Oh, I'll give you 80 grand, 100 grand, 60 grand to shoot somebody dead," then these people that want to do that do it. They earn a lot of money doing so. Simple as that. Right, guys, on that note, I'll leave it there. I've waffled on for long enough. Any comments, likes or whatever, please feel free to like, comment and share and subscribe. I look forward to doing my next video. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.